What's going on, guys? Today's video is sponsored by AG1 by Athletic Greens. More on them in a minute. So today we are working on my monster truck, the top end of the engine. So there's a riser right here between the injector hat and the blower. And that riser right there is loose on the blower. I shake the injector hat and it's loose. So when I realized it was loose, I was at a show and I was in a big hurry. When that injector hat loosens up, or the intake would loosen up, what happens is the RPM, the idle, will start rising on its own because it's getting extra air intake. So to keep that from happening in a hurry, I took this really heavy duty silicone and I went the whole way around the riser on top of the blower so that it wouldn't take in extra air. It still shook a little bit, but I want to take that all apart, get in there, tighten them bolts back down. Hopefully one of those bolts isn't laying on the screen on top of the blower. There's a screen in there that protects the rotors in the blower, so hopefully the bolts aren't laying on that screen. I've had that happen to me before. Finally have some time to be able to tear that off. Problem is, it's such a short space in here, so if we take the air filter off here, it's still hard to get my hands into the ejector hat because there's bolts in here that are very difficult to get to. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take the blower off. Got to take these fuel lines off, get these blower studs out of here, then I'm going to set the blower on the workbench on the other side. Okay, so first off, I'm going to take the bed sides off. That way it's a lot easier access to get the blower in and out. Also, it'll make it a lot easier for me to film this. Okie dokie, the bed sides are finally off. Now we have easy access into the blower, but I'm gonna have to pick this thing up by myself and get it over there somehow. I'm gonna put it on the tool cart. That way we have easy access into the injector hat. A lot easier to work on than have to be in here in the chassis and get my hands in there, and yeah, it's just no fun at all. So I'm definitely feeling strong today. And let me tell you why I'm feeling strong today.
I'd like to thank AG1 by Athletic Greens for sponsoring this video. AG1 by Athletic Greens is a nutritional drink, and it's more than just a greens powder. AG1 is packed with 75 different ingredients, including superfoods, pre and probiotics, multivitamin, multi-mineral, and adaptogens, and also helps support your immune system. AG1 has helped me with multiple problems in my daily routine. Number one is energy, and number two is recovery. Look at these tires right here around me. I have to work with these tires all the time. These things are 800 pounds. I have to work with my monster truck all the time, and everything is heavy on a monster truck. I have to drive the truck, and it takes a toll on my body, and AG1 is right there to help me recover. I've been drinking AG1 for a while now, and I can tell a difference in my daily routine with energy and recovery. AG1 will provide you with everything you need, from this canister to hold your AG1 in, to this drinking container right here that has your liquid amounts right there on the side and makes it super convenient. All you do is take one scoop of AG1, shake her about, and enjoy. Oh yeah, it's good stuff. I enjoy the taste. It's a really earthy, I don't know, is that a word? It's a very clean, crisp taste, earthy taste. You definitely tell there's some vegetables in there and everything important that you do need in there, and I do like the taste, I really do. Let me finish this. Good stuff. So head over to athleticgreens.com/v2vids and get started on your first order today. And with your first order, Athletic Greens is going to throw in a free year supply of vitamin D3 to help support your immune system and 5 free travel packs. So head over athleticgreens.com/v2vids, link in the description below. Get started on your first order today. And thank you to Athletic Greens for sponsoring this video.
Definitely need a new set of blower restraints. These have seen better days. So I got to take these off right here, bolted directly to the chassis. Yeah, these things are weathered. Alrighty then, we got the blower restraints all unbolted. Now what we're gonna have to do is start taking these fuel lines off. Fuel lines are unhooked. Now what we have to do is loosen up the idler pulley right here. Idler pulley, hard to say. Loosen that up, and that's what tightens up the blower belt. So we're gonna have to loosen that right there, and that we're gonna take the blower belt off. Once the blower belt's off, then we'll start taking these blower studs out. All right, we're looking at a long 1/2" ratchet with a 15/16 deep well socket on it. Go ahead and give this a tug here. Oh, gotta make sure these are tight. I have had one loosen on me in the middle of the freestyle. It was actually in Minneapolis, Minnesota, 2013, an Iron Warrior, and this loosened up on me, and I threw my blower belt off in my first Monster Jam stadium ever. And I was very, very upset. So I always make sure that is tight. Now that the blower belt is just hanging out down there, we're gonna start loosening these up. These are 1/2" sockets, 12 point. See right there, they have a lot of points on them. Okay, we got a 1/2" 12 point deep well right here on the 3/8 drive. A little bit of swivel action right here with the extension. Run these out. Ta-da! Okay, the blower is ready to come off. All I have to do is take a small pry bar and pry right here. Sometimes the studs stay in, sometimes the studs come out. Either way, it's coming off here. Handy dandy pry bar right here. Go ahead and get it in here, pop this off. Oh, come on. Use a lot of silicone. Okay, guess I need a bigger pry bar. Oh, there it is. Bigger pry bar. So the blower is ready to come off the intake. I'm going to set my tripod up and I'm going to come up the other side and pick it up. And usually I lay it across there and I pick it up by the straps like a hoist and then I pass it to somebody, but I'm here by myself. And don't worry, people know where I am. And then I'm going to put it over on that workbench. This is why I drank my AG1 this morning. Oh yeah. Get you some, that's heavy. Very gently get down. I have a platform right here. Standing on a platform, everybody, don't worry. This is where the Wheaties moment comes in. Good grip. There we go. Oh yeah. There we go. Woo! Woo! There it is. That was easy. Oh yeah. Got some nice blower belt grease on my hand. This stuff is lovely. I think that's what they make anti-seize out of. First thing we have to do is take this filter off. It's a filter cover right here. So we gotta take this off and that off. So there's the butterflies in there, and dirt does get through. You end up looking like that over time. We even duct tape it right here to try to seal it up the best we can, but dirt still is gonna get through. Let it go. I'm just gonna go ahead and give these butterflies a wipe down before we start opening these up and reaching my fingers back in there. There, they're looking a bit happier now. Okay, so this collector right here has all these fuel lines coming out of here. This collector is bolted to the injector hat. I'm gonna leave that bolted to that. So I'm gonna have to undo this fuel line, this fuel line, this fuel line, and the same thing on the other side. Okay, fuel lines are off both sides. I have a story behind these fuel lines actually. They kind of mean a lot to me because the person that gave me these fuel lines was Scott Hartsock in Gunslinger. The last time I was with him at a show was in May of 2001 in Ocala, Florida. It's actually back in my videos. That was the last time I ever seen Scott. He passed away last year, but yeah, he gave me these fuel lines. I had a cracked fuel line at a show, and he walked over with these and handed them to me, and so thanks Scott for these, man. Rest in peace, buddy. Take these return springs off. There we are, now it stays open. To get the injector hat off, we have to take these bolts out of the back, and this is where the fun part is. Up front here, inside the injector hat, you have to reach in there, and the bolts are directly on the back side of this. So I have to reach in there and get these front bolts. These are the big nuts that we put on them. So yeah, I'm gonna take these off and then get my fingers in there because this is also threaded. Put a ratchet wrench in there, then tape another wrench to that. So it's like a 90-degree angle, and then I work the ratchet wrench like that in and out. So it's pretty funny. Let's get going. These are some of the hardest bolts on the truck to get to. Okay, so this is the redneck engineering contraption that I come up with to ratchet these bolts off in here that are hard to get to. So this is a 3/8 ratchet wrench, and I tape another wrench right here to the end, and now I can do this. And I reach it in there, just reach it back in here, there. And now I can ratchet that bolt off. Oh yeah, we're cooking now, fellers. Get this injector hat from this riser. It's not gonna go easy into the night. So I got it separated off camera. Had to use a super secret method I can't tell you, but yeah, got it off. It's easy. I'll set it over here for a second. Just as I suspected, I caught it just in time, and I'm so pumped that I caught it in time. Look at that right there. That bolt is backing out. I've had one lay in here on the screen before. There's a screen right here. You see the rotors and the blower down there. By the way, this is an 871 BDS supercharger. We're limited to 871s. We can't go any bigger. You do not want that bolt going down in there because that will absolutely ruin your day. I'm gonna clean this up, and throw a little bit of Loctite on there. So I'm not gonna worry about making this absolutely spotless down in here, but I'm just gonna take the old handy dandy air nozzle here, spray down in the threads and clean that out a little bit. And I got some nice red Loctite right there. A run down with the Ugga Dugger here. Switch it over to a little short ratchet. That way I don't get too much torquing power. Click, click. All right. Gonna put a small bead of silicone here. Don't need a crazy amount, just enough. Okay, we're gonna set the injector hat back on here. Easy, easy. Oh, spray my silicone. Dos. Steady as she goes. So just about 5 more aggravating minutes of this. I'll have both these front bolts tight. I'll get back to you. Everything is back together, everything's tight, everything's ready to go back on the truck. So now we're gonna try to get this back into there. Luckily my dad's here and he's gonna help me this time. Put a wee bit of silicone on the intake. Alright, it's all back together finally. It takes about 2 hours extra what it would normally take me because I have to film, set up shots and everything and show you guys the step-by-step, but all back together. Might fire it up, see how it runs. Should idle normal.